They say that the stubborn fly that refuses to listen to advice will eventually follow the corpse into the grave. And it seems that the bandits operating in Kogi State have finally realized that they are digging their own graves. You saw the headline, and for the first time in a long while, the news is not about bandits attacking, but about bandits begging. We are receiving confirmed reports this weekend, Saturday, January 17, 2026, that the heat in the Kogi forests has become so unbearable that the warlords are frantically reaching out to the state government, waving white flags and asking for a peace deal. But here is the gist that makes this story sweeter than honey. The Kogi State government is looking at their white flags and saying, "Keep them because we are not done with you yet." If you want to know why these criminals are suddenly crying for mercy and why the government is refusing to listen, please do me a massive favor and smash that like button right now. It helps us spread this victory news to every corner of Nigeria. And if you are not yet a subscriber, click that button and turn on the notification bell because you need to be here as we track the total cleanup of the North Central. Let's get straight into the details of this dramatic turnaround. The State Security Advisor, Commander Jerry Omodara, RTD, spoke to newsmen in Lokoja yesterday, Friday, and dropped this bombshell. He revealed that several bandit groups have started reaching out to the government, asking for dialogue. They want to lay down their arms. They want to turn a new leaf. Imagine that. Men who were terrorizing highways and kidnapping innocent travelers just a few months ago are now sending emissaries to beg for their lives. Why? Because the language the government is speaking is the only one they understand: fire. Commander Omodara explained that this sudden change of heart is not because the bandits have found God, it is because of the sustained operations and the recent heavy bombardment of their hideouts. The Kogi State government under Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has taken the war directly to the bandits' bedrooms. They are not just chasing them, they are demolishing houses used for criminal activities and bombing the forest camps where they hide. When you rain fire on a criminal's head day and night, he will eventually run out of places to hide. The security advisor made it clear that the deployment of advanced technology has been the game changer. For the last 2 years, the administration has been quietly investing in gadgets that allow them to see inside the bush. They are outsmarting the criminals. The bandits used to think the forest was their fortress, but with the new tech, the forest has become a trap. But here is where the story gets really interesting, and it connects to the no negotiation stance we discussed in other videos. Governor Ododo has a very strict policy. We do not negotiate with terrorists. While the bandits are sending messages saying, "We surrender, let's talk," the governor's instruction to the security agencies is to sustain the onslaught. Commander Omodara stated clearly that the governor's stand remains not to negotiate with criminals, but will continue to sustain the current onslaught by taking the fight to them. This is a bold move. Usually, when bandits offer to surrender, governments rush to sign amnesty deals, but Kogi is saying, no, you committed the crimes, you must face the consequences. The goal is not just a ceasefire, the goal is total eradication. There's also a fascinating new legal strategy being cooked up in Lokoja that could change the security game for the entire country. Commander Omodara revealed that the government is working on a piece of legislation to ban living in the forest. Yes, you heard that right. They want to make it illegal for anyone to live inside the forest. The law will state that anyone who wants to stay in Kogi must live in a town or a known registered settlement. This is a brilliant way to distinguish between a legitimate farmer and a criminal. If the law says no one lives in the forest, then anyone found living in a camp deep in the bush is automatically a suspect and can be cleared out. This removes the gray area where bandits pretend to be herders or farmers. It forces everyone into the light. This pressure is vital because, as the security advisor noted, Kogi is currently facing an influx of bandits running away from the bombardment in the north. We know that military operations in Zamfara and Kaduna are pushing these criminals southwards. They run to Kogi thinking it is a safe haven, only to find that the confluence state is even hotter than where they came from. The government is aware of this migration and has prepared a welcoming committee of fire and fury. Omodara mentioned that apart from the military, over 3,000 vigilante officers have been employed and integrated into the state workforce. These are local hunters and community guards who know every inch of the terrain. When you combine 3,000 angry locals with the Nigerian army and modern surveillance technology, you have a recipe for bandit nightmares. The security advisor also touched on the issue of local collaborators. We often wonder how these bandits get food, fuel, and information. It's because of traitors within the communities. The government has established that there are locals working with these criminals, but the warning from Lokoja is stark. Both the bandits and their local collaborators are currently feeling the full wrath of the law. The onslaught is no holds barred. This means if you are caught helping a bandit, you will be treated exactly like a bandit. There's no mercy for those who sell out their own people for blood money. Despite the challenges, Commander Omodara boasted that Kogi remains the safest state in the North Central. He attributed this to the political will demonstrated by both President Bola Tinubu and Governor Ododo. It's easy to dismiss this as political talk, but the results on the ground are speaking. If bandits are begging for peace, it means the strategy is working. The Joint Task Force has carried out a series of attacks recently where several bandits were neutralized. The government has provided Hilux vans, Sienna vehicles, and motorcycles to the army, police, and vigilantes to ensure they can chase these guys anywhere, whether on the highway or on a goat path in the bush. I want to pause here and ask you, the viewer, a very critical question. The bandits are begging. They say they want peace. Some people would say the government should accept their surrender to save lives and stop the violence immediately. Others would say that if you forgive them now, they will just rest, rearm, and come back later. Do you support Governor Ododo's decision to reject their peace offer and continue the bombardment? Or do you think you should give them a second chance? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments below. I really want to hear your perspective on this moral dilemma.